Hi, everyone, and thanks for joining me for the Monica Makes It Happen social media show. I'm Monica Morales. You can see me every day on Pix 11 News fighting for you and your community. This show is about stories and people you care about. We highlight the community champions who are really making it happen. We also fight to get you the resources, repairs, and respect you deserve. Tonight's episode is all about two housing heroes who are coming up with innovative solutions to the city's housing crisis. One runs a foundation helping thousands of the city's older New Yorkers. The other, a formerly incarcerated man who is now the CEO of an organization giving back big time. They'll both be joining us right here in the studio. But first, this.
Monica Makes It Happen is sponsored by London Disability, dedicated to helping the disabled get Social Security benefits.
Finding affordable housing in New York City can be really tough due to those sky-high rents, and when you get older, it gets even harder. There's an innovative program that helps connect people in need of affordable housing with those who have extra rooms in their homes. It's called the New York Foundation for Senior Citizens Home Sharing Program. Joining me right now is Linda Hoffman, the president and CEO of New York Foundation for Senior Citizens, a friend of our show, one of my dear, dear friends. Linda, thank you for joining us.
Thank you for inviting me to this phenomenal program. You always help me make it happen.
Well, you are making it happen. Tell me about home sharing. Everyone is talking about this program. It is so amazing.
It is an amazing program, the only program of its type in the city of New York. And what we do is we, free of charge, match people who have extra spaces in their homes or their apartments to live with an appropriate guest who is in need of affordable housing.
That's remarkable, and it's free. I love the word free. Our viewers love the word free. Now, I was telling people about this.
We have to be careful, Monica, because the way it works is that we very carefully and comprehensively, free of charge, interview the potential host and the potential guest. And the interviews are done by licensed New York State Masters social workers. So they really understand people's needs. They understand whether they're appropriate to live in a shared living situation. And they also check out the appropriateness of the home, and as well as ensure that those who are on the deed or on the lease are those who are going to be involved in the shares. So
you know what,
very careful, but it's free of charge to receive the services.
It's safe, it's affordable, it's free. But what I love about it is it's the social work aspect, because sometimes it's so hard to find someone to live with, especially if there's finances involved. But is that the magic sauce of the program? You have this team of phenomenal social workers that do the interviews and really pre-screen everyone.
Well, master social workers who really go into and have the types of techniques that help them understand individuals, their personalities, and identify what their needs are, and also identify how there might be compatibility between the two, as well as we have something called Quick Match, which is a program that we've invented. And it's a computer program, and we have 31 different variables, including how much the host wants to receive toward household expenses from the guest, how much the guest is able to pay, whether they would take someone of the opposite sex in the home, where the potential guests want to live, which borough they want to live in, or whether they live in all boroughs. And then with the click of a mouse, we can find 31 out of 31 or 25 out of 31, so awesome. And then the social workers will say, wait a minute, but this personality type is such that might click better, even though it's maybe 22 out of 21, than the 25 out of 31.
That's the magic sauce, is your staff. I mean, the most, I call them the A-team. You are housing heroes. You're champions. You're a friend of the show. You've been on. I mean, every time you make a match, how do you feel? I mean, it must make you feel like...
Let me tell you, it is so rewarding. The other day, someone came down to bring a license agreement, which we have the guest and the host sign before we implement a match. We want to be very careful. That agreement lays out, like a pre-match agreement, all of the 31 variables that the host and guests have put into our quick match program to prevent any problems from occurring. And at the bottom of that license agreement, it indicates that within 30 days, written notice, we
Oh.
can undo the match.
Well, that's good to know, but your success rate is so high.
It's very
You
high.
have very high success. Tell me about other programs. I mean, you're not just about home sharing, even though we love home sharing, and we have to do more stories on home sharing. What other programs do you have that are for our people watching?
We provide home care for people who are Medicaid eligible citywide. We also citywide provide home care for people who are Medicare eligible and people who have caregivers who need some time off. And in
Yeah.
some instances, we provide it free of charge.
Yeah.
We also have a transportation program. We
I
have
see those-
housing. We have 9 buildings
Those
and
carts
special
everywhere.
programs in those buildings for frail elderly. Anything that is necessary to keep seniors at home, healthy and happy and in a dignified manner, we're doing it.
We love our
And thank you for helping
seniors.
us doing it.
We love our seniors. We love you, Linda. Will
We
you come
love you,
back on our
Monica.
show? Will you come back?
Anytime.
Because we
We
need to
love
talk
you,
more
Monica.
about-
You're
We
the
love you
greatest.
back. We'll do more stories on all the fabulous programs that you're doing. Thanks for helping our seniors. Thank you for helping New York City seniors.
And thank you for helping us to help our New York City
You got
seniors
it.
by letting the word out that we are here and available and want to help seniors continue to live happily in the community in their own homes.
I can't wait to do the stories on those matches, and thank you for joining us. And now let's turn to a new building that is setting aside half of the units for formerly incarcerated New Yorkers who are currently homeless. I was there at the groundbreaking and had the story of one man who completely turned his life around after prison and says it's because of the support of his community. Take a look. Right here on East 123rd Street, right in the middle of the block, there is a building under construction. And people who live in this neighborhood say it's a chance for people to rebuild their lives. What do you see when you see that empty space?
Hope. I see opportunity. A second chance for people returning.
58-year-old Philip Hall from Harlem says it's been a rough road to get here. Released from prison after serving 8 years, he says it was hard to find a job and an affordable place to live.
When you were coming out of prison, were you scared?
Yeah, I was. I thought about where I would live, how would I support myself.
Hall was listening to a radio station and found out about a nonprofit called the Fortune Society, an organization that helps formerly incarcerated people get job training, social services, and affordable housing. For Hall, it was a lifesaver. One of their new buildings, called Castle 3, broke ground and is scheduled to be complete by May of 2026. It's a $55 million project.
The best is yet to come.
This is what it will look like. It will be 82 units of affordable housing for people experiencing homelessness, and 58 of those units set aside for the formerly incarcerated. It's thanks to a partnership between the city, state, the Fortune Society, and J.P. Morgan Chase.
Congratulations. Long time coming.
Stanley Richards is the president and CEO of the Fortune Society. He himself was in prison and says in 1991 he needed help. He says the Fortune Society helped him get his first job as a counselor helping others, and now he runs the organization.
To be leading this organization as the president and CEO, it is a true blessing for me.
This is going to change lives.
Manhattan Borough President says it's badly needed.
We need 100 more of these. The shortage is painful. We're seeing for every affordable housing unit as many as 250 applicants per apartment.
Back to Hall, who says he has a job and a new outlook on life.
And the lottery for this building is not yet open. It opens next year, but there are dozens of other housing lotteries open right now. If you want a link to those programs, just go to Monica Morales TV on all of our social media platforms. In East Harlem, Monica Morales, Pix 11 News. And joining us now is Stanley Richards, the president and CEO of the Fortune Society. Thanks for joining us, Stanley. It's so
Thank
nice
you for having me, Monica.
to see you again. I love social media because of this moment. I said you need to have, your story needs to be out there so everyone can see it. We're talking, you said you were in prison.
Yes,
And now the CEO of an organization that's giving back.
that's right.
What
an amazing journey and what an amazing blessing for me, right? But part of what I like to do is to tell this story because my story is not unique. There are 750,000 people with convictions living in New York City, 11% of the adult population, who have come home, who have turned their lives around, who are building new communities, building back to their families. And so we have to begin to tell the narrative of strength and resiliency. And at Fortune Society, that's what we do. Over 50% of our staff are people with justice histories. Over 40% of our executive team are people with lived histories. We serve 11,000 people. And I describe our job as simply seeing the best in people until they can begin to see it for themselves, and then they begin to believe it, and then they begin to live it.
I'm sorry, tweet, somebody tweet that out right now that I got it. Hello. That is beautiful what you're saying, but I mean, that is the reality. So many times as the media, we have other stories that we're telling.
Yes.
But you're saying, no, 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 no. I'm a living proof in the flesh that this is possible. So if someone's watching, and let's say they're just out of prison, or they're struggling to get affordable housing, what's your message to them about what Fortune Society
Lean
does?
into hope. Reach out to the Fortune Society. There are many organizations in New York who are helping people rebuild their lives post-incarceration. I give a personal invitation to anybody with a criminal conviction history. You need support helping find a job.
Right now.
Housing right now.
Right now on social media.
Housing,
reach out.
employment. You need drug treatment, mental health treatment, family reunification. We are an available resource to people who want to build their lives.
You know
back.
what the secret to your success? I always ask that question, but I feel like the secret to your success, if I could answer the question for you, is that you're giving back. You're of service. So for some reason, it's fueling you. It's empowering you, and you're just getting more and more buildings, more and more resources, and I'm watching it happen. Is that the secret? Is always giving back and never forgetting?
That's part of it. What we say at Fortune is, walk through our doors is free. The cost of admission is when you have built your life, come back, share your experience, extend your arm to someone else who is in the midst of having hope and hopelessness, and show them and provide for them the opportunity to rebuild their lives.
So, you know, they love affordable housing. My viewers love affordable housing, especially on Facebook, YouTube. So what do you tell them? I mean, they see this new building. It's 2026 so far from now. But there are more buildings going up on Housing Connects. We will connect everyone on my social media pages. But I mean, you're building it, but not fast enough. We need more and more.
And not enough. 25% of the people who walk through Fortune to store are identified as homeless or unstably housed. Fortune Society alone can never build our way out of it. New York City can never build their way out of it. This country can never build their way out of it. But what we need to do is to make sure that we are reducing the barriers so that people have access to housing equally and fairly, not depending on whether you have a record or not. And two, make sure that we are reducing all of those administrative barriers that keep people with convictions out of public housing.
The red tape, that red tape, and you're cutting through that red tape. And that's why Linda Hoffman and you are both on the same show, because you're both doing so much for our housing crisis.
Thank you.
I mean, big chunks. You're doing so much. So thank you for everything that you do. Hope. I always like to end with hope. If someone's watching, what do you want to tell them?
I want to tell them hope is the belief that something could be different. Your life can be different. Life will be hard. The transition from prison and jail to the community, trying to get access to housing, find a job, will be hard. But hold on to the hope of tomorrow. That's what will get you through. And then come be part of the Fortune Society community, which is a community of caregivers, a community of healers, a community steeped in seeing the best in people. Not the worst thing we've ever done, but seeing what we could become when you have support and help.
I need that. I love that. You want to see the best in people, right? And then bring that out. And I feel like when we tell these stories, more of them come as well. And what we focus on becomes reality. And you're amazing. Thank you, Stanley, for being on the show.
Thank you so much,
You'll come back?
Absolutely.
All right. I hope you're going to be a regular here. And thank you for joining us. Be sure to tune in to my next Monica Makes It Happen TV show. It's Monday, July 29th at 4:30 p.m. We're talking to corporate powerhouses, celebrities, and community champions about empowering small businesses and creating jobs in your neighborhoods. You can also watch me every night on Pix 11 News at 5:45. Reach out to us with your stories and videos. I look at all of them at Monica Morales TV. We'll have all the resources linked to my social media as well. Maybe you could be on my next show. We're making it happen together. See you next time.